Hi everybody, it's Danielle from Inspire Me to DIY, and I have not gone live. I haven't gone live in a long time. Can you tell I have no voice? If you are watching and there's a little live at the top, well, you're watching me live. But if that's not there, go ahead and comment #replay and it'll come right to me and I'll get to see that you were on, especially if you have any questions or you want to talk about something. That's why I like to go live, because I can just talk away with anybody who wants to listen, I guess. It's a little dark in here, and I'm wondering if I should turn on my overhead light. Let's try that. Hold on. Get a little bit more light in here. It's a fall day. It's not too much more light, but it's better. It's a fall day. And it's a beautiful fall day. It's kind of windy and it's got little patches of gray and sun. So I might be light and I might be dark depending on the light in the room. Okay, that being said, I am just feeling all Christmas. I don't know if you can hear, I got a little bit of jazz music going on in the background, but I am feeling the Christmas vibe, and Hobby Lobby has all their Christmas 50% off. So for $5 instead of $10, try to get it without the shine, I got these little guys, and I got 2 packs because I want to have some for my decor, and I want to put one at every place at dinner, my Christmas Eve dinner, with so each person can take one home. But my fall, I keep saying fall, my Christmas decor is in the living room, dining room area is a white winter wonderland. And I have silver accents to go with that. So that is what I'm doing with these little guys. Now, I might just do the, I think there's 8 of us for dinner, 6 or 8 of us, depending. But I will do that many probably in those colors. And who knows, maybe the other colors, I'll do all red and white or some kind of decor. But I could not pass these guys up. And like I say, I haven't gone live in a long time. Let's hope this turns out. I remember when I used to go live in the beginning, and I would have some of these already painted to make sure they look good, and we're just flying today, flying by the seat of our pants. Now, this had the little silica gel that tells you don't eat it. Well, I think we're all smart enough to know not to eat this stuff, but I keep these, and I have a Ziploc bag full of these. These are the best things to dry out your phone when they fall in the water. And I have a swimming pool, so every once in a while, somebody's phone hits the water. I put these in the Ziploc bag with the phone, and in no time. It's even better than the rice method. I know people say to have a container of rice just to dry your phone out. That works great too, but the silica gel works so good. Okay, I have 5 of these guys, and each one of them is a little different, which I kind of like. So what I'm going to do, I have even these little stick-on, see if I can do it without the glare, stick-on pearls. I think that'll be a great touch too. Not too long ago, I did a set of gingerbread houses, but they were all the white and the silver and the pearl, and I might put a couple of these guys around my gingerbread houses. That might look really cute too. Make sure when you do this project, I covered my table with paper, got my roll of paper towels, because who doesn't need that? And these are my paintbrushes that, they're a little bit older, and I don't care if I lose and I can see I've got bristles coming out. I don't care if I lose a bristle on this project. These are not my good, acrylic, and I have a set of acrylic brushes, a set of oil brushes, and a set of watercolor brushes. Each one of them designed to do that particular paint. But I have those. I have diamond dust that was given to me. I went to go buy more of this. Holy moly, this is a lot of money. So if you don't have diamond dust, don't use it. I wouldn't buy it just for this project. I also have, these are Walmart. I love them because they stack. What do you think? One is Yes, I am old. Hey, one of those is Snowy Surprise and the other one is Crystal Diamond. They have different size flecks. These are the bigger. These are the more fine. And then I have some silver paint that I like to use. This is Dixie Belle. We have a Dixie Belle distributing plant right down the street from my house. I don't know if you can get the actual product from there, but it's right there. So I have this in the silver, and then I like to glue my glitter on with Mod Podge because it dries clear and it doesn't affect the shine of the glitter. So I like to use that. And then I am using white gloss. I like the glossy look. If you don't like the gloss, use the matte, but I'm using white just to give these guys a once over before I do the glitter. Now, these, I think it's got some glue on it that's kind of glopped out the side, so I would not try to stain these. I think it would be really cute to have a little set of these stained, but these are a much cheaper version and that glue will show right up. Painting them white, it won't. But this little guy has a sword that's hanging from his little belt. This guy's all ready for action with his little sword. And yes, they do have moving parts. I didn't know if they did or not. This guy has a scepter, I would call that. No idea what this guy has right here. Maybe it's like some kind of club. And then this guy has another scepter. So they're all different, which is so cool. And that way you can do each one different. So I'm just going to start by painting, what kind of brush do I want? Painting them white. I'm going to paint it right out of this container. Sometimes I'll get a paper plate and put stuff on there to paint with, but I notice when I do that, I waste a lot of paint, and I don't want to waste paint because it's not cheap. Also, I have my glass of water that if I want to, like if I get some stuff on my paintbrush, maybe some glitter. Uh-oh. Oh, shoo! That was almost a tragedy there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get a little paint on my brush. Whoa. I don't know how deep to go. There we go. And you can see I'm already losing bristles. And that's okay with this project. Maybe. I can get it to come out. There we go. No, it's not going to come out. There, I got it. Alrighty. And I'm just going to start just painting the whole thing. We probably won't get all of these guys done today, but I'd like to do one or two of them. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of this into the lid. That way I can see how deep my brush is going. So I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday. I didn't know if you've seen some of my posts I put out about all the Christmas stuff at, not Hobby Lobby, Home Goods. Did it again. So I was at Home Goods, but do you know in their food section that they have different flavors of coffee? So today I have caramel apple pie coffee. It's not sweetened because I don't like sweeteners in my coffee, but it is got that aroma and a little bit of flavor of the apple and the caramel. So I've tried a couple of them today. I got that one, and then I got caramel pumpkin. And I know I tried the caramel pumpkin, and that is absolutely divine. But I haven't tried my caramel apple pie yet. I have a cup of it over here, but I haven't, it's too hot. I haven't gotten to that yet. Okay, I am putting this on pretty liberally because it might take a couple of coats. This wood is pretty dry. So I'll paint one and then let it dry and then start painting on another one. A lot of little nooks and crannies in there. I don't know what a cranny is, but that's what my mama used to say. So I don't realize how much you're like your mama until you start talking like her. And that happened to me quite a while ago. I don't know if my kids do that or not. But now, if you are sending me comments and I'm not responding, it's because they're not popping up yet. Oh, Susie, hi. It just popped up. I must have had to say something. Thank you so much for those stars. I appreciate that a lot. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. Thank you. All right. We are painting. If you're just tuning in, we are painting little baby nutcrackers. Now, I got these for $1 a piece. There was 5 in a package for $10, but everything's 50% off. Until, I think, after fall. And then it all goes, I think, even lower yet. I don't think they ever put their Christmas stuff on full price, which is wonderful. All right. I have a little bit of jazz music going on in the back. I put a post out of the type of music I'm listening to right now. I found out about this, and it's kind of funny. But I found out about this at the dentist because this is what they play on a little mini TV on the wall as you're getting your dental work done. The pictures are divine. It is, I think this one is a fall coffee house, and it's got leaves falling, and I think this one has the cat on the floor of the coffee house. It's an outdoor coffee house. And it just looks like you want to be in a beautiful, cozy sweater and your fashion boots, sitting out there sipping coffee. I just love it. When I saw that at my dentist, I'm like, you have to tell me what this is. And he said it was just YouTube. So I looked it up and found it right away. But it's wonderful. And I can cast to my phone or my computer to my big television. So this would be great to just have on and kick back and relax. We got a number of months ago, and I haven't gone live since, but we got a puppy. And right now puppy's taking a nap. So that's why I could go live without getting harassed. But she's just the sweetest thing, but she is a puppy to the point where when I take her to the vet, her nickname is Crazy. And they're like, just leave Crazy in the car for a while until we're ready, because she wants to get up in everybody's business and be everybody's BFF. And not just people, but other dogs. And a lot of dogs just aren't into that, especially when they're at the vet. They're already a little on the nervous side. So Crazy stays in the car until they text me, and then I go on in. But she's another reason I have the jazz music going, because it puts her right out. All right. There's a lot of little areas on this guy. And it would be really fun to do a whole bunch of different colors on your nutcrackers. But these are going on my Christmas Eve table. Let me paint you a little picture. Christmas Eve, everybody dresses up. Like my husband wears a suit, and the guys dress up, but for the ladies, we dress up. So we wear a fancy dress, jewelry, the hair, the whole deal, because when do you get to dress up anymore? You just don't. So I make this a real occasion. Everybody dresses up. Nobody brings a dish for this particular dinner, because we want it to be as fancy and glamorous for our friends as possible. It's the big event of the season. So at this dinner, it's all candles, and we have it's this very fancy table where there's the forks and the different spoons, and it's all real fancy. We have prime rib that my husband cooks. Bless his heart. He cooks. He jumps into his suit, we eat, and then I clean up because he does all the cooking for the dinner. He's amazing at it, way better than me, so I just stay out of his way. But these are going to be at every place setting, and I'm not sure if I'm going to paint everybody's names on the back. I might do that, or on the front, and then that way they know where to sit at their place. But I have fancy crystal Christmas trees that have a little slot in them that I put everybody's name. Now, I'm not going to paint the bottom of these because they've got to, I got to set them down. Okay. Get this across the front. Oh, it even says Hobby Lobby on the bottom. How funny is that? Maybe I will paint over that later. Okay, so this, I think I got all the spots. Nope, I do not. Got to get inside. And then I'm going to set this one off to the side. And while it's drying, I'll paint another. I'm just trying to make sure that all my brush strokes are okay. There's not gloppiness. Jazz music, coffee, and crafts. Who doesn't love that? All right, I gotta find a place to hold on to this. Maybe use my fingernails so I can set him aside. Do the sides of the base here. I had to hold on to that. Okay. Doing the sides of the base where I was holding on to, and then I'm just going to paint across the top where I just left go of my fingers. All right, so I have him. He's got a crown. Let's do the guy with the top hat. Each one of them, there's two with a crown, and then the other three have different hats. But we'll do this one. And it's the little details on these that I'm going to do in glitter. I learned about doing glitter with Mod Podge quite a few years ago, and it really is a much better process. Hi, Sean. How are you? One of these is going to be yours on Christmas Eve. Spoiler alert. That's okay. That won't be the big surprise Christmas Eve. Those will be the gifts under the tree. Okay. You know what? I am going to take a little quick break because I want to try this caramel apple pie coffee. Oh, it smells so good. I taste the caramel and the apple. It's really good. Now, I don't get the sweetness because I don't like sweeteners in my coffee. So it's the aroma and the flavors that I love. I love a lot of creamer. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the all black coffee kind of girl. I love a lot of creamer. And it's the powdered creamer because that is a Weight Watcher approved creamer more than the whole milk or anything like that. And it's not sweetened either. It's just creamer. Okay. I have been a lifetime Weight Watcher person for 4 years. So I still go to the meetings periodically, and I need to lose weight again. I'm not at my goal, but that's the beauty about being lifetime is once you're lifetime, it's free unless you're not at your goal weight, but it's not as expensive. So that's a good thing. And that's where I'm at right now because, you know, life gets in the way. And what I like about Weight Watchers is it is not a diet plan per se. It is a lifestyle program. So there's nothing that's off limits. You can eat anything you want. It's just all portion control, and they assign points to any kind of food out there. And when you have the Weight Watcher app, it figures all that out for you. So you don't have to figure out counting points and all that. But, you know, be aware that the stuff that's absolutely delicious, there's a lot of points. But I also love all the raw fruits and vegetables, and all of those are 0. I love eggs. Like I will have a hard-boiled egg for lunch most days, and that's 0 points. So you can totally go nuts on 0 points, and then at the end of the day, if you want an ice cream bar or, you know, something like that, you're not out of your point range. So it's just being mindful of what you eat, and that's a big deal, because when you're not is when you gain all the weight, because you're not mindful of what it was you just ate. You just know it's delicious. Okay. Because if I wasn't on Weight Watchers, oh my goodness, I would be large, because I like food. And I love my husband's cooking, so that would be a bad thing. And I can still have it, I just can't have an entire plate of it. Okay. That coffee is very good. And I kind of feel like I'm having a decadent dessert because of the flavors. Just no sweetener. And let me tell you, when it comes to sweeteners, I will take real sugar over any of the fake sugars out there. And I know that it's a lot more points to have real sugar, but it's not chemicals. And I don't want I don't want rat poison in my body, you know? So I stay away from a lot of those sweeteners. You know what? I probably should hold on to this little handle in the back instead of the base. That way that's all I would have to do is paint that, but I didn't. It just feels so good to go live again. It's been so long. Okay. Mrs. Boaz. You know what? I haven't been called Mrs. Boaz in a while. I used to have, when I lived up north, my license plate said Mrs. Boaz. I just didn't do that here. I don't know if it's probably not already taken, but I should have. I'm very proud of that Boaz name. Those people are amazing. I love my husband's family. I don't know if they knew what they were getting when I joined, but they're pretty welcoming, so it's a good thing. My family that I was born into, they're just stuck with me. That's okay, though. I love them all. You know, they always say that if you don't have a black sheep of the family, that you're probably it. And I don't think I'm a black sheep, but definitely am, well, out there. That's okay. I own it. All right, I tell you, it's really soaking into this wood. So they definitely are going to need a couple of coats. That's okay. We got a lot to talk about, right? See if I can get as much painted around my fingers and then put it down. I don't even know what time I started going live. Normally I could tell you how many minutes this is taking, but I don't remember when I started going live. Oh, the hat's already dry, so I can set that down. That's good to know. The gloss paint usually takes a little bit longer to dry because of the additives in it that make it glossy. But this is drying pretty decent. I should have brought my fan out. I didn't think about that. Okay. Oh, 2 of them down. Let's see this first one. Still a little wet on the bottom. See, it says Hobby Lobby. Kind of funny. Let's see. Now, he's still a little wet. I want to let him dry a bit. We'll just go to the third one. And by that time, that first one will be dry. Now, this one would even be really cool if I did his hat silver. And I just want a base coat of white on everything, just to seal that wood, because it is so porous and it sucks up everything. The clunking you hear in the background is my baby. She's supposed to be sleeping. She's crate trained, so she's supposed to be sleeping, but I can hear her bustling around. She probably wonders who I'm talking to, because if she thinks we have people over, oh my goodness, she has to be a part of that. I'm just enjoying this to no end. I really miss having my girls' weekends. Not really weekends, but we have like on Saturday, we get together and do a craft. And I just miss that. I need to do that again. Just been really, really busy. Oh, look, this moves up and down. Huh. It's kind of cool. I don't think the rest of them have moving parts other than the lever in the back. Now my Hobby Lobby, it must be a real popular one, because there's 3 that I shop at, but the one that's closest to my house usually has the most stuff, but they sell out way fast. And these little guys are sold out at my Hobby Lobby. Hopefully not at the one close to you. I love little things like this that you can add things to, like paint and glitter. I mean, I could just set these out for Christmas and they'd be just fine, but I like the paint and all that. The little touches you add yourself. Now, who knows, next year I might do a whole different color scheme and redo these guys all over again. But right now, I want them all white. White and glitter. We have Bible study tonight, and we haven't had it in a while because people go on vacation and, you know, hurricanes. That's why we haven't had it in a while. Hurricanes. One right after the other. So we're having Bible study tonight, and I'm pretty happy about that because I've missed everybody. And I have to read my Bible study thing again. I mean, I completed it, the assignment for today. I completed it weeks ago because we were supposed to have Bible study and then hurricanes. So I have to kind of do a refresher because I don't even remember what it was about. But I'm very faithful at getting my Bible study material completed because it's on a really interesting topic, and I'm not going to learn anything if I don't do the work. So it's important, since I made the commitment to join this group, that I'm going to get my work done. And it's important to put God first. You know, there's so many things that try to grab at your time. And, you know, there's so many people say, well, I don't have the time. Well, everybody has the same amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day. Nobody has any more or less. So it depends on what you do with that time. And you usually do what is the most important to you. I know some people, it's more important to watch television, or it's more important to, I don't know, what is it people do with their time that are time stealers? Time sucks, I call them. And to me, the television is the biggest time suck there is. It sucks all the time away from you. And before you realize it, you've been sitting there staring at a box for hours. And what benefit was that to you? It was not. No benefit whatsoever. It's not even your time to relax. What it does is it takes away your mobility. After a while, you can't move anymore because you've been sitting at the television too long. Okay, I'm done on my soapbox. I just have a lot to say about televisions and anything to do with the television, which is video games, social media, which I'm on right now. But, and there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But if they take up most of your time, then you got a problem. So what was I saying? Everybody's got 24 hours in a day. So my Bible study, I make sure, is extremely important because I want to put God first. So that gets done before I get anything else that sucks my time. Like, we have Bible study on Friday nights, so I usually carve out the time on Monday nights, and on Monday nights or Tuesday nights, depending on if my husband and I are going to go out or not, because we like to go out to dinner quite a bit. I sit down and I do that Bible study. And I make sure that it's done before anything else gets done that week. I brought my fan out here because I am really warm. I have a little portable fan that Walmart has for $5. And they look like a little box fan on a stand. But I have one next to my computer. I have one in my office. My husband and I share an office, so I'm not in there usually during the day because he is. But I go in there in the evenings when he's done working, because I work a lot of hours, let me tell you. Okay, almost got this third guy done already. I did not expect to do 3 of them. We'll see. Hopefully that first one's dry and I can get started on it. Of course, it's going to need a second coat. Okay, just getting my brush strokes down so it's not gloppy. Okay. Set him off to the side. Let's see this first guy. Okay, he's good enough. His the base is still a little wet, but the rest of them seems to be dry. Is that not cute? Oh my gosh, they look cute on camera, that's for sure. All right, let's do the second coat. And while I'm doing this second coat, I'm kind of looking at it thinking where I'm going to put my glitter. I can't wait. The weather's a lot cooler here today, but it won't stay that way. I can't wait for it to cool down. Usually around December, we'll get the 40-degree nights, and those are glorious because I love to sit out at my fire table with my coffee. Coffee's always involved, if you noticed. And just sit out there by the fire table and enjoy myself. Got a lot of cars going by. We finally got pretty much everything cleaned up in the yard. There was a lot of debris, and friends of ours have a lot of trees down, stuff like that. They live on a property that they had quite a bit of acreage, so they have a lot to clean up. Okay. Oh, this guy's shaping up really good. Make sure my brush strokes are all even. You really won't see them, but the only thing you'll see if you don't do it right is globby paint. You don't want globby paint. Okay. Loving this jazz music. So relaxing. I hope you can hear it. It's in the kitchen. I'm in the dining room. This is kind of like my calm before the storm, because what is today? The 18th of October. Now, if you're seeing this on the replay, it might not be the 18th of October, but that's what it is right now. But November 1st, all the Christmas boxes come out and I start decorating. And it takes me a number of days to get it done. But when is the 1st is on a Friday. Okay, so the 2nd, because Friday will be, that Friday will be Bible study night. And I might get some of the boxes out, but on the 2nd is when I'll start, because it's a weekend. But I have a lot of boxes, totes full of Christmas stuff. And when I say a lot, over 30. My attic is full to the top because Christmas is my thing. I decorate for Christmas more than anything else, and that is indoor and outdoor. So my husband is in charge of all outdoor, and he won't start that until like right around Thanksgiving, maybe after, I don't know. Okay, that is what they're going to look like all painted. That looks so much better. That is the first coat. Oops. And then this is what it looks like, or that's the second coat. This is what it looks like with the first coat. You can see it's got areas that need to be redone or painted again, so to speak. I'm going to hold the little handle. That worked out really good with the last one. Okay, and then once I get that third one, the second coat, I think we can start the glitter. All right, I am starting a new project. I don't know if you've seen it yet. I only put out one video with it, but I am starting a new project that I am really excited about. What I'm doing is I'm asking for everyone's, and I said fall, and I meant holiday, everyone's holiday dessert recipes. The first week I've highlighted different cookies. You don't have to put, like today's peanut butter cookie day, and I put on there, if you have a great peanut butter cookie recipe, put it in the comments. It doesn't have to be peanut butter cookie recipe that day. I should have specified a little more, but I didn't. But I am in the process of designing a holiday dessert recipe ebook, and it's going to be free to everybody, but I want to do this book so everybody that contributes, I have their recipe in there. It's going to have their profile picture. on there. So if your profile picture is not you, it's a dog or something, that's what's going to be on there unless you want your face on there. That will be, I want to highlight each person that did their recipe. And I'm pretty excited about it because everybody gets a say in this and we all get to come together and enjoy each other's recipes for the holidays. So right now I'm in the process of designing the different pages for the book. So when the recipes come in, I can just drop them in on those pages. And so the ebook will be available soon as probably around the middle of November around the 1st to the middle of November, because I want everybody to have access to these recipes for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Dang, that's so good. I gotta drink more coffee because it's starting to get cold. But I'm pretty excited about the whole recipe idea. I was trying to think of what we could do to where everybody was involved, everybody had a part in it, and we could all enjoy it together. And that, it just popped in my head. I'm pretty sure ideas like that are what they call God winks, that God puts these ideas in my head and say, hey, do this. Everybody will have a part in it. It's not something that's going to be extremely difficult to set up and do, and it will all get to enjoy it. So that's what I'm hoping for. I hope that everybody wants to add their recipes to it. And I know there's a lot of good cooks out there, because when I put recipes in there, people are like, oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. I make something similar. This is what I add in my recipe. So I know you guys are cookers. When my daughter was little, she used to call them cooker bakers. So I know there's a bunch of good cooker bakers out there. And even if you don't think your recipe is a good one, I really want to hear about it, because I bake. I don't cook, but I do bake. I can cook. I've cooked for years and my kids are still alive. I didn't starve them to death or anything. But when my husband and I got married, he is a far better cook than me. So, and he loves to do it. I do not love to do it. I love to bake, because baking is an exact science, and I can do something if I can follow a recipe. But when you tell me, just throw in a little of this, a little of that, until it tastes right, cannot do it. I cannot do it. So baking is my thing, because it is an exact science, and I can do that. All right. Back in here, I think I just got to do the back of his legs and then the handle that I'm holding on to. Put him right there. Let's do that handle. See if I can touch it with my fingernail. There. Oops. Okay. Let's do this third one. I'm sticking to my paper. This paper that I'm using, you'll laugh, because when you buy something at Home Goods or Hobby Lobby or Michael's and it's breakable, they take this paper and they wrap your stuff in there. Well, when I come and I bring my stuff home, I take the paper, I smooth it out, and I put it on a pile. I have a large pile. But then when I do projects, I stretch it out on my table, and then I can throw the whole thing away. It costs me nothing. And I save my tabletop. This tabletop is, it's got a lot of marks in it already. But we found this table outside along the edge of the road, along with all the chairs, and it fits 8 people comfortably. I would love to get a bigger one that would hold 10, because there's times we have that many people here. But this was free, and it is a great table. We use it This is our Bible study table. This is our Christmas dining table. All the dinners dining table when we have a big group. And it's my craft table. It is my table where I sit and do the crafts for when I have a bunch of ladies over. We do our craft day here. So this table has seen a lot of things. And it was free. We didn't love that. We weren't even, well, we were looking for a table, but we weren't looking to buy any table at that point because our dining table at the time was one of those fold-out tables with folding chairs. And it worked because it was big enough and, you know, comfortable and not really, but it served a purpose. But I think God saw that, well, if you're going to have Bible studies here, you need a good table. And this is a very good table. I wish I knew the backstory behind the table because I bet it could tell a lot of stories of all the things that it was used for. Okay. I am just about done with this one. Let's do the back of his little legs. I have always wanted to have the 6-foot Nutcrackers. They have the blow mold ones now, but those are so expensive, even if they're all white. I would like to paint them and have them on either side of my front door, out on my front porch. I think it would be stunning. But they're just too much money. I did see one lady did one, because, you know, they have the challenges. I think they're Walmart Nutcrackers. But they have the challenge, you know, if you buy this Nutcracker, how are you going to decorate it? Because it's all white. And a lot of people paint theirs, and they're so cool. I like the ones that are all pink and white, but I don't know about my husband going for that. But this one lady decoupaged hers. Now, Sherilyn, if you're listening, she's the decoupage queen. You got to look that up because this woman decoupaged blue and white flowers all over her 6-foot Nutcracker. Gorgeous. It is so pretty. And I thought of you right away when I saw it. I'm like, oh my gosh, Sherilyn could do that. But yeah, I think I don't know exactly how much they are. I know they're over $100. They might be over $200, but that's too much money for me to spend right now. And I don't have a place to store it. If it was one of those that would collapse down into itself, I've seen those too. I might pull the trigger on it, but they don't. They stay the full size, and my garage is already to the max, and it's all Christmas stuff. I bought a couple more Christmas trees this year. I did not buy the big 9-foot tree. I really want that thing, but I didn't buy it because the cost. But I did buy 2 6.5, I think they're 6.5 foot, $30 trees. One's a white one and one's a green one. I didn't buy the flocked because I have to store everything in the garage or in the attic above the garage. And it's so hot out there in the summer that it turns flocking yellow. And nobody wants yellow snow. So I don't buy the flocked. But let me do this little stem. Let's see if I can hold on to it. There we go. Now, once these dry, I'm going to have to move them around a little bit, the lever, just to make sure I didn't paint it shut or open. Okay. This is the first one. Let's see. Is it dry enough? It's tacky, but it's okay. Okay, let me see if I can move the lever. There we go. We'll paint at the top. Okay, so it's good to go. It's all painted white. So let me take my brush, clean that off a little. because I don't want all that white paint sticking in the bristles. They're not great brushes, but I still want to use them a lot. So I make sure that I clean them good. And it's got, since I haven't cleaned it in between, it's got a lot of paint up where the bristles and the bail, this metal thing here is called a bail, B-A-L-E, I think, where they meet. So I want to make sure I get all that paint gooped out of there. And especially the gloss paint, because it will stick in there more. Now, when you clean your brushes, I mean, I jam the bristles down and they come out looking all frayed and funky. But when I go to dry it, make sure you pull them all back together. Did I get it all? For the most part. Okay, now I want to bring them all in together. There we go. And let it dry like that. Okay, so I will hot glue that bail. No, probably E6000 that bail back onto the handle. Another reason I like these brushes is because they have the extra long, the long handle on them. I like those better than the little shorty ones. I tend to drop the short ones. Like I'll be painting and I'll drop my brush and then I got paint where I don't want it. Not a good thing. All right, now I want to put my Mod Podge on. And since it's glue and water, you want to really make sure that you keep your brush as wet as possible, because then when you go to clean it, it won't be a bad thing. Another thing good about gloss paint is it peels off your skin. Okay. I bought a big box of that coffee. It was not cheap by any means. It's the K cups. It's not cheap. There we go. But it's about the price of regular coffee. So if you buy the K cups all the time, I don't normally. So, but we have a Keurig coffee pot in our guest bathroom of all places, because when we have people over, that's, you know, to spend the night, then they can make their own coffee if they want to, because not everybody likes the coffee that I make for myself. I usually make hazelnut, and I love hazelnut. But if you have a nut allergy, you really don't want to be drinking that coffee. Or if you just don't like hazelnut, which a lot of people don't. So I even have little hot chocolate pods. If people you ever want to come spend the night, you can have hot chocolate in the morning. Okay, I think I'm going to go. This is a round number 1. I like it because it's real fine. But I want to look at this and try to figure out where I want to paint the glitter. But I think if I'm going to do any silver on it, I should do that first. I think I want to do the tip of his knife. No, I want to do the blade silver. So let's do that to start off with. And this Dixie Belle paint is amazing. I have the gold and the silver. And it's one of those few metallic, here we go. One of those few metallic paints that, well, maybe we're going to open this. Those few metallic paints that really dry shiny. They look great. They don't look like a matte metallic. All right, I'm going to push this paper down into the lid, and there is enough paint on that paper that I'll probably use that instead of dipping into my jar. This is called Silver Bullet Moonshine Metallics. Moonshine. All right. This paint is a little knife. Now, if you don't have a steady hand painting, put your hand against the table, put your project against the table, just something to stabilize yourself. Because if I had to paint out here, I'd be really shaky too. So I always stabilize myself. You know, I wish I could do that in other things in life, right? Okay. Oh, this is looking pretty. It's going to need a couple of coats though too because of the brush marks. There you go. Maybe I can find more of these. They have at Hobby Lobby, they have other nutcrackers that you can paint that are bigger. They're not these little bitty ones. I like the little ones because I wanted them on my place settings. But they also have other ones that are bigger that would be fun to have a group of ladies and we could all paint those and paint them up your favorite way. So that would be kind of cool. I think on him, that's the only thing I'm going to make silver. See if I can make it. There we go. All right, he needs to dry. I might be able to put silver on other little guys right now. Let's see. He has it's not really a sword, although it looks like a sword, but it's like a toothpick. See it there? So I don't know. I'll do that silver. That might not even show up as silver. Who knows? There we go. I am so happy that my little girl is still napping. She's such a puppy. She usually gets out of her crate about 9 or 10 in the morning. And then she goes back in around noon, comes back out around 2 or 3. And then she's out of her crate until she falls asleep, which is usually around 8 o'clock. And then I have to take her to bed. So back to her crate. Maybe I'll do this silver too. I don't know. It just looked like he needed more silver somewhere. And I really want to paint some of these all different colors, you know, the bright reds and the blues and the greens. And if I find another set of these, I might do that. But these, I have a certain purpose. Okay. And then this last guy, maybe make his, I don't know if it's a baton. I think it's a baton because it's got points at both ends. So he can have his baton silver. And then I think the ends of the baton I'll do in the glitter. Right now is when a lot of the craft fairs, they're not started yet, but I'm starting to see flyers for them. So I'm getting a little excited because I love going to craft fairs. I don't enjoy being a part of them. It's not a bad thing. I mean, they're fun, but they're a lot of work and you get really exhausted after a while. So, but I do love to go to craft fairs. You know what? I want to do his hat too. Call me crazy. I'm going to do the silver base and then I think I'm going to do glitter over the top. We'll see. You know, my husband has a Christmas concert coming up. I don't remember exactly when. I know it's December. But with his choir. And so I'm looking forward to that. I just love going to concerts and going to different events at the holidays. That's why I like to have all my decorating and baking and wrapping and, you know, all that, buying presents, everything done so early so that I can enjoy going to all the events. Nothing worse than having a stressful holiday. I mean, that's not why we have this holiday. It's, you know, Christ's birth, so it should be something to be celebrated. See if I can. Well, see, I'm shaky if I don't stabilize. Didn't used to be, but I am now. Okay. They all have their silver on. Let's do some glitter. Oh, I do like that silver. I think we're going to put more coats of that on later. And I might do that off camera and then show you. Oh, come on. There we go. Didn't want to line up. Okay, I want to do the fine glitter first, and then maybe some of this big metal flake over the top. I think that'll look good. Let's do his crown. Now, if I can get the lid off of this, we are doing great. Yay! Yay! Okay. And I am just using the regular formula. Nope, I lied. I'm using the gloss formula, only because I had more of this than anything else. But they have so many different formulas now. The gloss is good because it'll make it a little bit more waterproof. Not that these guys are going to go for a swim, but just in case, which makes them a little more durable. All right, I am going to paint his crown up where I want my glitter. And I'm hoping the rest of my paint is dry enough, otherwise the glitter's going to stick to that as well. And if it does, oh well. If it does, it won't look horrible. Let's just say that. Okay. Here we go. Oh, look at you. You're so pretty. You might not even have to do the large. Oh, wow. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see the glitter on his crown? Oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay, we're going to do that. Let's do, I got a drip on the silver. So I don't want that to be a drip. Make my bristles a little more pliable. There. Okay. Oh, I love that. Let's do his jacket. Do the whole jacket. And he has like a stripe, he's got a cuff on his jacket, and he has something at the shoulder. So I am not going to glue that or Mod Podge that part. So maybe we can do that in another color, another something. Okay, I'm going to make sure I don't get any on his face. All right, I got the one side. Now, my mama would have said, you got to hold your mouth just right, which I don't know what just right is. Now, I'm trying to use this as sparingly as possible, but I will take this glitter and scoop it back up, put it back in the container. because glitter's not cheap either. And if you do a lot, I love this. If you do a lot of crafts, you don't want to be spending a lot on the supplies. Look at how sparkly he is. All right, let's do the other side. And I think the secret is just make sure that your paint is dry before you do the glitter, or it's going to stick to that too. And then it'll just be glitter everywhere and not in certain areas. Now, if you want to do his whole body glitter, do it. Hey, it's your Nutcracker, right? However you want. I was supposed to go to an art fair last weekend, but the hurricane that we just had Hurricane Milton and we had Hurricane Helene just before that. So it kind of put a damper on all the outings, and that was one of them. So they canceled it. I'm hoping that they schedule another one. Come on. Because the art festival, and it's a juried art festival, so it's not a craft festival. But those art festivals are just wonderful. And I will always try to get something from them. Art festivals, the stuff they have to sell is usually pretty pricey. But every once in a while I can afford a pair of earrings or something. So I'm hoping that I'm trying to see if I have any spots that I missed, and I don't think so. I'm going to do the tail of his jacket, and then the belt of it, I think I might do in the silver paint. Okay. I thought I was painting in the wrong area. Oh, what a great day. Just to sit here and do crafts with jazz music. Come on. I'm almost out of this glitter, so it's not wanting to pour out as easily. That is perfect. I don't know if you can see the glitter, but look at him shine. Oh, I love it. I'm going to do his belt in silver. And then maybe his feet. I don't know. Should I do his feet in silver? Let's see. What a different paintbrush. What is this one? Oh. I want like a flat brush, this one, to do my silver in, because I want to do that with his belt. This is a flat number 2, so it's small enough, but it's flat that it'll do a flat line for you. Let's see if I can get under there. There's somebody talking. Must be somebody outside. We have, let's see, it's Friday, so our lawn guys come on Friday. The pool lady comes on Friday. Everybody's here on Friday. Okay, maybe I can get in there. Might have needed a smaller one. Okay. Now I'm not putting glitter on that. I'm just going to leave it. Look at that. I love it. And I think I'll do his cuffs. And then I think I'm going to leave this one go. Oh. I loaded my brush too much. Too much paint, so it dripped. Let's see if I can fix that. And Q-tips are really good for getting paint off of areas you don't want it. There, I got it. I got it. Touch it up now. Okay. And I'm going to do this other cuff without reloading my brush, because you got to get in there. All right. Ooh, that one's a little iffy. He's going to need a second coat. I'll let it go. Okay, so this is what I have. We got one painted. The rest I'm just going to do off camera. I'm going to lean in, but I don't want anything on any paint on my shirt. So this is what they look like. They're going to be one at each place setting on my Christmas Eve table. So each one's going to be slightly different, and my guests will get to take these home. So they'll have a little memento of Christmas Eve. If you like this project and you want to see more, hit the little follow. If you're already following me, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. If you still see the little live at the top, you're watching me live, which all the blunders and everything. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If the little live is not lit up there, then you are catching me on the replay. Please just comment #replay and any questions you have or anything you'd like to see me do differently, or maybe you have painted these in the past and tell me how you did them. So I'm really enjoying this, and I hope to see y'all soon. I haven't gone live in so long, and I'm so excited to do it. So I have to lean over all this paint to turn this camera off. So that's why I'm kind of moving things over. Have a great Friday, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.